Welcome to Hastings Outdoors, straight from the Mississippi Flyway to your hearts. Let's go! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Hastings Outdoors. I'm your host, Andrew, and in true Hastings Outdoors fashion, I'm coming to you not live in any way, shape, or form from the Hastings Outdoors Studio, the world-renowned Hastings Outdoors Studio, from the one, the only Dream Building Garage. My garage, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Come on in. Kick your feet up. Have a seat. Watch out for the decoys on the floor. I didn't pick them up. So, don't trip. Enter at your own risk. All that good stuff. Hey, how you guys doing out there? I tell you what. My past weekend, this past weekend, I should say, it was a doozy, guys. It was a doozy, and not in the bueno kind. Anywho's calls it. Before I get too far into the episode, I want to start with the Hastings Outdoors mission statement. For those of you that have heard it 1,000 times, or however many times I've recorded at this point, here you go. But guys, just to clarify the intent of Hastings Outdoors, here is the Hastings Outdoors mission statement. Sharing my waterfowl experience and promoting conservation of our natural resources. That's it, guys. That's why I'm here. I want to promote conservation, share tips and tricks, hopefully make you laugh a little bit along the way. Don't know. The mic's getting all wonky, guys. The studio is in a bit of disarray. Got off to a rocky start here, guys. Dear Sam here, who's now sleeping, he was running around like crazy, like he just chugged a Mountain Dew or something about 5 minutes ago, and actually knocked the tripod over. The tripod would go kerplunk. Camera hits the ground. And surprisingly, it didn't break the camera, but it somehow severed the HDMI cable. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the cable shouldn't do that. It's got little frayed bits in there. No bueno. Anywho's-its. Now, young Mr. Sam is sleeping on the job. One of these days, guys, I promise, I will try, hopefully, fingers crossed, get him somewhat active and paying attention, or at least looking at the camera. You guys have seen his ears a lot, and shoulders and back, but his darling face, I don't know. See if we can wake him up a little bit. Oh, there you are, buddy. There you are. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful. How are ya? So, guys, yeah. Like I said this week, you're lucky you're cute. This weekend was just a catastrophe, guys. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. I think I jinxed myself a little bit. In the last episode, I said that the next time you guys see the podcast, it will be after season opens, aka waterfowl season, goose and duck. That is accurate. Season is open, and I was hoping to have a good report, but I do not. I do not have a good report at all, guys. It was a bust, and not a good day at all. No, unfortunately, it wasn't because I wasn't seeing any birds. It wasn't because the weather was just too nice. It wasn't because it was too bad. Too much competition, guys. That's what it boils down to. So, I'll dive into my little recap here, guys. But before I get to that, project updates. I ain't got none. Season prep, nada. Status update as far as Hastings Outdoors, aka moi, goes with hunting. I'm looking forward to Friday. And get out there. And actually, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'll get to this in a moment, but there's a spot I'm looking to get to. Private property. Knocking on door. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, there's not much to talk about as far as project updates or season prep updates because we're in season, so we're going to scratch the season updates or season prep, I should say. We will talk about season updates. I kind of got that backwards. Anywho's calls it. Yeah, so a little bit of change in the format since we were... Oh, my goodness, the computer just made noise, and I hope that wasn't in the podcast. I really hope it wasn't. It was really loud in my ears, so I apologize, guys. I don't know if I can mute that. No, that goes straight to headphones, so I can't mute that. But, yeah. Oh, no, that was loud. How dare you, computer? Anywho, very few times in my life have I said, "Hey, I'm kind of glad it's Monday," but I'm kind of glad it's Monday. Tuesday for you guys in Norte America. But yeah, no, guys, as far as project updates goes, I'm going to talk a little about training and how Sam is progressing. For those of you guys who are interested, hopefully some of you guys out there are like me, crazy enough to try and train your own dog and all that stuff. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind of. So, all right, we'll dive right on into the hunt that didn't happen. Saturday morning, well, Friday night. Let's start Friday night. Friday night. Oh gosh, don't know what that was. Friday night. I was putting the last little touches on getting ready. My goal was, guys, to take the Dragonfly 3 Junior, aka the kayak, and take about a dozen decoys. And the goal was to get out there. And actually, I had the motion duck spreader, the four duck spreader with feeders on it that I was gonna take. Not sure if I was gonna use, but I was gonna have the option. And then obviously, I was gonna have my pack with ammo, water, calls, and stuff like that in it. And take the old Frankie, load everything up, hook the decoys to the kayak, tow the decoys out there, get set up, stow the kayak in the weeds somewhere, sit close to the bank-ish with my feet in the water, in the weeds, and hopefully call some quackers or honkers in there and see what happens. Now, Friday, I spent most of the day Friday scouting, and it was extraordinarily depressing because we had a bit of a front come through towards the end of the week last week, and it brought some cooler temperatures, brought some wind, brought some rain. The only thing it didn't bring is birds. And literally, the public, state-owned public area that I was in, I went to every single body of water that I could get to. And the only birds I saw on the public part was a pair of swans, and that's about it. So that was extraordinarily depressing. I hit probably 20, 30 some bodies of water, varying from small ponds, puddles, to big ponds, to lakes, and nada. I think I saw ducks or some ducks or some sort of waterfowl. They were about 200 yards away from where I was at with the binoculars. Couldn't tell what it was, and that was one lake. But the only problem with that is the lake they were on is part of the draw system out there, so you have to show up at the office at 5 a.m., put your name in the hat, hope you get drawn. If not, then I don't know what you're going to do. Long story short, that probably worked out better. But, so yeah, I was scouting. I went all over. I started scouting at ballpark 7:30-ish a.m., and I wrapped everything up, and I had obligations to take care of in the afternoon. So I was done scouting at 2 p.m., just trying to see if I see birds coming and going, going to fields to eat, adjacent to bodies of water where they might be, see any birds on the water. Nada. The one saving grace to Friday was I took Sam with me, and that was cool. Worked on a little bit of leash training, a little bit of heel work, that kind of stuff as we were out and about scouting. And he really didn't like the leash at first, which most dogs don't. I get it. But within a matter of 10 minutes or so, he was good to go. He does have a tendency to pull a little bit, but that's fine. We can set pace. That's not a big deal. But Sam was an absolute trooper. I'd say as far as walking goes, we covered about 5 miles on foot through the course of the day. Not a big deal. But his little puppy legs were tired at the end of it, and that was all right. Get some stamina in him, and he's roughly doubled in size since I got him, which is kind of crazy because it was a short period of time. But he's on full feed, and growing like a weed. Full feed, grow like a weed. All right. Little catchphrase for you guys there. Little weird thing you can throw into a conversation with your wife or your buddy or something like that, and give no explanation for it. Just throw it out there, and then move on like it didn't happen. Trust me, just try it. It's a good time. But so Friday, man, it was a bust, an absolute bust. The one saving grace was, there's two. I got to take Sam with me. That was cool. A lot of field training, if you will, aka just leash work, heel work, Nothing too fancy. Just getting him out, getting him exposed to areas that he may actually end up going to, and at a young age, working on with the leash, working on basic commands: sit, come, stay, stuff like that, heel, all that good stuff. Just incorporating it into a bit of an adventure. And right off the bat, guys, right off the bat, this is the craziest thing. I've said several times in the past, I should say, on the podcast, that I've never seen wood ducks in person. But right off the bat, I was heading to spot numero uno to check it out, to see what's up, see if there's birds, see if I can get in there, whatever it is, scouting and looking. And before I even got to that spot, adjacent to that spot on private property was a nice little pond. And on that pond were ducks. And I couldn't tell what they were. And so I literally, I was driving by, not even paying attention. I was looking to the north, to my right, to see if I could locate where I needed to go. And I just happened to glance over and see a pond on my way to my destination. And I saw birds on it. So, stop the truck. Nobody was behind me. We're good. Back up a fuzz, pull up the binos, and boom. Wood ducks. I saw wood ducks in the wild. Saw wood ducks for the first time ever. And that was kind of cool. The only problem was it's a private pond. Yeah. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't really... asking the day before, it kind of feels to me. I didn't have time anyway to track them down. I did check it out on X, and I plan on talking to that guy, the owner, whoever may be, the next day or two, to see if I can get out there maybe Friday, Saturday, something like that, see what happens. That'd be totally cool. As far as wood duck calls go, I have a wood duck call. That got your attention. I don't know how to use it, though, so probably not going to worry about that. But it wasn't a very big pond, so odds are, if I get there at the right time, make as little noise as possible, we'll see what happens. But, I counted about 9 or 10 wood ducks, a mix of drakes and hens. That was really cool. That was absolutely really cool. And I didn't even think to get a picture because they were far enough away that taking a picture with your phone, it's a 50-50 shot. And I didn't think to hold the phone lens up to the binos or whatever. So sorry. But that was cool. And other than those swans, that was the only waterfowl I saw the whole day. So, bit of a bust, wasn't sure where to go, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to take the kayak, I'm going to go out to a spot that I've been before in the past, and it's not really a high production area. It's adjacent to a lot of bodies of water, a lot of smaller bodies of water, some creeks and stuff like that, fields are surrounding it, that kind of thing, and so it looks good, but it really doesn't produce that much, at least it hasn't in my first season of duck hunting, so who knows. Towards the end of October, I did see a lot more traffic, and I wasn't good at calling, so I'm hoping for much better luck or much better success, whatever, this year. Anywho, so it's a tiny lake, big pond, somewhere in between. I don't even know the acreage of it, to be honest with you guys, but honestly, if you had to swim across it, you could probably do it. As long as you take your time and you're not trying to race, you could probably make it across there in about 15 minutes. On a good, steady pace, not killing yourself. If you're a swimmer or a lifeguard or someone who swims regularly, if you've ever done the 500-meter swim test for lifeguarding or something like that, or whoever tests for that, if you're in shape and swimming and all that good stuff, you could probably make it across in about 5 minutes. But for the average Joe like me, who hasn't been a lifeguard in many years, and with bad knees and all that good stuff, it'd take me a little bit longer. But yeah, so it's not very big, guys. And man, I didn't really have a good go-to because I haven't seen any birds. Now I take that back. On a public lake that I could take the boat out on. I saw a ton of Canadas, an absolute ton of Canadas, a very, very, very large flock on this one lake. The only issue was the boat is a lot of work for just me, and yeah, I'm not opposed to it, but it's just I didn't want to deal with the hassle. I didn't have a whole lot of time. It was going to be kind of an early-ish morning, get out of there by 10-ish, hunt depending on how the birds are going kind of thing because I had afternoon plans. And so that wasn't really what I was going for. I wasn't set up for it. And so it was cool to see the birds, but at the same time, it's kind of a bummer because it's a bit of a non-starter. It's a no-go. I am working on what do I want to call it? I'm working on a shortcut to that and talking to a property owner on that side of the lake so I could potentially get access from that side of the lake via private property and then get on the lake and hunt to eliminate all that nonsense moving forward. But we'll see. I think it's actually kind of a business, so I'm not sure how it's going to go. Businesses, they're so weary and hesitant to allow permission for anything like that because of liability. And it's the craziest thing because in Indiana, if it's lawful for starters, I should say, for someone to hunt or fish or whatever via your property, you're not reliable for anything that happens to them unless there is an unsafe condition that you do not tell them about beforehand. That's it. So say if I go over to Farmer Joe's farm pond, catching some of Farmer Joe's farm pond catfish, and ask, hey man, Farmer Joe, mind if I catch some of this catfish, dude? And he's like, yeah, man, go ahead. But what he didn't tell me is he dug a moat in this certain area and then covered it with leaves and grass and stuff and had a giant punji stick, whatever, tiger trap pit thing out there, and didn't tell me about it, and I fell in it. Oh, that's all on him. However, say Farmer Joe's a normal human person and he's sane and not a psychopath, and there is no moat with the little sharp sticks in the bottom of it, and I go out there and trip and fall on my own volition. Nothing they can do about it. No, I can't sue him. The court will dismiss it. Even if it gets before a judge, they'll just kind of chuckle and throw it in the trash. The way the Indiana law the state law is written in Indiana, if you have written permission from a landowner, unless there's something dangerous out there they don't tell you about, you're on your own. That's kind of the give and take part of access. So there's that. But that being said, businesses are still a little about that, and I get it, guys. I really do. You don't know, if I don't know you and you don't know me, then I'm a perfect stranger, and you never know. So I get it. But fingers crossed. Hopefully I can get access from that point because it would save me a lot of time because it is on the exact opposite side of the lake as the boat ramp. And as far as paddling my kayak over there and whatnot, I'd probably have to start the day before. And no, not going to do that. Anywho, yada yada. So scouting was a bit of a... Oh, where's that one? There you go. Yeah, that's how scouting went, guys. So... Sorry, just having fun. But so I determined, hey, I'm just going to go to this one spot. Honestly, guys, I've never seen a lot of people out there ever. It's a decent body of water for catching a fish here and there. Nothing worth writing home about. The biggest crappie I ever caught out there was probably 8 inches. The biggest bluegill I caught out there was palm size at best. It's not a destination, but it's a healthy habitat. So yeah, I didn't have the highest hopes, but it was somewhere to go. And so loaded everything up Friday night. Saturday morning rolls around, boom, on the road. And boogie on over there. It's about a half-hour drive from me, and it's really not that far. But with the lakes and the properties around here, at least the county I live in, it seems like there's really no straight road that goes anywhere. So I finally get there, and I'm getting ready to turn east. So I'm heading south, turning east. So that means a left-hand turn, and I'm waiting for oncoming traffic. There is another vehicle coming. They get pretty close, finally turn on their signal, and they're turning the same way I'm going. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll have company out there, no big deal. And make our way down this path to a little parking area. And as soon as I turned into the parking area, the truck before me was stopped. And in that truck's headlights, I see 3 other trucks parked, and I don't see anybody around. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, guys, this... I don't get it. I like it because it's secluded. It's a pretty little area. There's not that, as far as fishing and hunting goes, it's not that great. But So there's that. And just FYI, guys, I got there at like 6 o'clock. Sunrise was 8:03. Dude, you are snoring. You're snoring, bro. I love you, but no. Man, gotta teach this dog manners. JK, guys, I love this guy. But, so for life of me, I couldn't figure out why. I was just going out there to get out there. Honestly, had I gone out there, I didn't expect to see a single bird in the area. I was just getting out there to get out there. And so the truck that pulled in front of me, they decided that's a no-go. And I pulled off into the weeds a bit so they can leave. And so I pulled up to the check-in station just to see how many people are actually there. Because if they're deer hunting, okay, that doesn't affect me at all. If they're squirrel hunting, cool, doesn't affect me at all. The thing that kind of threw me for a loop was it's a solid hour and a half before the sun really cracks the sky, and they'd been long gone for a minute. So I felt like I was behind the ball, but honestly, guys, like no, they just got out there early. And I saw one guy. There was two guys waterfowl hunting, and one guy was deer hunting. And the guy that was deer hunting, the license plate was a Wisconsin license plate, which that threw me for a loop. I've never been to Wisconsin, but what I do know about Wisconsin is they have good deer. So it's kind of crazy to me that you would come down here where we have okay-ish deer and deer hunt. I don't know. I love to talk to that guy and just ask him like, hey, well, why are you here? Anywho, so and then another guy on the sign-up sheet that was waterfowl hunting. He drove from about, I'd say, 45 minutes away to get there. And from the rough direction he was heading from, he passed about 17 lakes that I probably would have picked over this one. But hey, more power to you guys. You got there first. And so I was like, all right, whatever. You know, I couldn't get too mad because one of the trucks had a Ducks Unlimited plate. And I was like, all right, I get it. But hey, they got there first. All right, cool. And so I was thinking, trying to, rack my brain to see if there's somewhere else I could go, something else I could do, whatever it may be. And I was coming up blank, guys. I didn't have too many options because the bodies of water close to me, a lot of them were part of the draw system, and I missed the window, the time slot for the draw, so that's no go. And so I decided, spur of the moment, I thought, hey, why don't I head back up this road a bit? I know there's a little bit of body of water that not a lot of people know about back here, and I can hunt it. And then it dawned on me that while scouting, that is a long walk to this spot. And I was fighting a head cold. I was already frustrated. And the thought of dragging the kayak back there, probably a 20-minute walk or so with the kayak to get back there, come back, get the decoys, get everything set up, all that. Yeah, I said the heck with it. It's not worth it. I'm not going to kill myself just to sit there and see birds that aren't there. So, don't know. So I packed everything up. I got the kayak back in the truck, and I headed home. And that was it, guys. Came home, made breakfast. We had pancakes, and that was it. So, bit of a bummer. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it for you guys and say that it wasn't a bummer, but that's just how it goes, guys. And yes, I know someone out there is thinking, well, man, I would have gone anyway. Well, yeah, but the only problem with that is the body of water that I'm talking about is small, and depending on where they sat up, as far as for hunting goes on that body of water, there's not very many options. It's a circle, so the ideal location is with your back to the wind. So if you're looking at a clock and the wind's coming from 1 o'clock, you want to be sitting where the one is on 1 o'clock. Not many options, and not many safe options, and especially with two guys out there waterfowl hunting. I'm assuming they were together. If not, they're in a pressure situation already, and it would have created an unsafe environment for me to be out there. One, I don't I don't want to pepper them. And 2, I don't want to be peppered. So, yeah. Yep, that was it, guys. Opening morning of duck season for me, and it was a wah, 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 wah. So, yeah, there's that, guys. Just talking about it makes me feel upset. But the good news is, guys, I got Friday off. So, most folks, I'm assuming, are kind of like me, unless you're retired, and you hunt on the weekends. So, fingers crossed. I can get out Thursday afternoon, do a little bit of scouting, find a decent spot, find some life, some birds, which is promising. And the forecast is looking great, guys, because last week, believe it or not, guys, oh my gosh. So a week ago today, and a week or so and change from the time this airs, the temperatures were in the high 70s during the day and somewhere around the 60s at night. And before that, they were high 50s, high 60s, and high 40s at night. So it was a bit of a jump in temperature. And then towards the end of the last week, the front came in from the northeast, from the north, one of the north. I can't remember exactly, but a front came in from Canada and somewhere in Canadian land, and brought some cooler temperatures, brought some rain, brought some wind. And now this week, Saturday, the high was 50-something with good wind. Sunday, the high was ballpark, I think 40, high 40s maybe. Good wind and rain. And the high today, as of this recording, so Monday, October 30th, the the high today was, I think, 44, and the low tonight is somewhere in the mid-30s maybe, I think. Let's just check, guys. And so this front has brought quite a bit of temperature change. That's what I was getting at. And so as of right now, I believe there was a recent front that I'm trying to find my weather app, guys. There was a recent front that came through the Dakotas and the northwest-ish area, the central north-ish area, whatever you want to call it, that was supposed to bring a lot of snow. I haven't checked on that. But this system came through, dropped the temperatures. Yeah, so tonight, oh, wow. Wow, that has changed. The temperature for tonight, the low for tonight is 26 degrees. There's a freeze warning in effect, so that's kind of cool, kind of not cool, because if the lakes lock up before too long, then kind of puts a damper on my hunting, because I hunt off water, guys. I don't have fields that I can hunt per se, nor do I have the decoys and the equipment. I do have the blind though. That's cool, right? But I don't have any decoys or anything like that for field, so we'll see what happens. So, oh crap, I don't want the hourly, guys. I want the daily. Give me the daily. Okay, advertisements. How dare you, Weather Channel? I'm doing a podcast. Where is that? Daily. Hurricane tracker. Definitely not what I want. Ooh, hey. Looks like, looks like El Salvador is going to get rocked. El Salvador and Nicaragua, Costa Rica. Heads up, guys. Hurricane coming, apparently. There it is. Daily forecast. Good golly. Whew. Goodness gracious. That is even colder than I thought. So the low tonight, guys, as of this recording, is 26 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow the high is 38, low 26 again. It does bump up towards the end of the week, which I'm okay with that. So you got mid 40s Wednesday, Thursday, low 50s to mid 50s for Friday and Saturday. The high at night is 43 degrees. So what I'm hoping, guys, finger crossed, Lord willing, and that creek don't rise too much, that with this cold front that's come in, that means that the late fall temperatures, early winter temperatures are starting to settle in. And with that, I am hoping, guys, as most waterfowlers out there, I am hoping that with the colder weather coming down, that'll push birds down. Now, for those of you guys not in the know, I discovered this cool little website last season. Where's that? I'm going to get you guys the information here. MigrationStationUSA.com. And the last update, hang on, let's see if we can refresh this, guys. The last update was the 28th, which is the day it opened for me. Okay, so as of today, I'm not gonna be able to show you guys this, but you can kind of see it's a map. And there's that. The dogs are barking, so that's cool. What you doing, boy? Good morning. But yeah, so the last update is today, and if it has filters on here, so you can click all ducks, mallards, Canada geese. So I'm gonna click mallards because that's the predominant species. So guys, go check this out. MigrationStationUSA.com. I think it's a just users report what they're seeing. And so for just the mallards, my area is starting to get darker and darker and darker with the green or whatever for mallards, and that's a good sign, guys. Western Western Illinois, southeast Iowa, and northeast Missouri. You guys are in the thick of it right now, according to this. So best of luck to you guys out there. So I'm going to hit Canada's. Canada's, it looks like somewhere around the ballpark of Ludington, Michigan. You guys are in a good spot right now. That same location with mallards in southeast Iowa, northeast Missouri, and west-ish of Illinois. Looking good out there. My area is not looking very covered for Canada's, but that could be reporting, guys. And then another good little blip over from basically from Detroit to Cleveland, that whole little nook of Lake Erie. It's looking pretty good too. So check this out, guys, if you guys are looking for information. Holy cow, Minnesota, you guys are on fire right now. Sorry. Anywho's, it's so I do keep an eye on that, and I keep an eye on that, especially with fronts coming down from the north to see if other people are seeing a push, that kind of thing. So fingers crossed, guys. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. This weekend, I'm looking to get out there and hopefully see some more life, see some more birds, and hopefully, guys, have a better report for you. That being said, I'm going to transition for a few minutes into training. There's not too many updates. Obedience for Sam is coming along pretty good. He's still a puppy, so there are still puppy tendencies that some I want to encourage, some I want to try and calm down a little bit. Yeah, I know. You just heard Mom get home, didn't you? Yeah, you're a mama's boy. I know it. And so there's some things I want to try and tame down, some things I want to encourage, such as prey drive, that kind of thing. But basic command, sit, come, stay, good. Still working on heel work, pretty good about that. The whole jumping behavior, still working on that, getting better at that. But things are progressing. And like I said, guys, he has grown. He's almost doubled in size since I got him. Like I said, he's on full feed. And I plan to keep my puppy on full feed for a good long while, unless he starts getting too chunky. I don't know. We'll go from there. But he also is set up for his first vet visit, and I'm going to get that all taken care of and get him legal, all that good stuff, because he does have to have a rabies vaccine from the breeder. They were trying to just basically move the puppies because the economy right now is not strong in that market. And so nobody was buying puppies. That's why I got a good deal on Sam. But that being said, it does come at a little cost because he didn't get a lot of, he didn't get any vaccines. Didn't get any vaccines. The good news is I got it from an Amish guy, so there's no chip. I'm not too fond of that. Not because of the whole government conspiracy type thing. I just don't like the idea of an implant being in my dog. I wouldn't want one in me. It just seems weird. It seems unnatural. That's just me, just my hangups, whatever. No judgment. So yeah, I called the vet, got him scheduled, got him on the roster. He's good to go. So we will get his first vaccines. You know, the distemper what is that? Parvo, I believe. Distemper / Parvo. Get the rabies vaccine, and then I forget. There's a couple other that they generally recommend for pups. And definitely one thing I'm going to do since he was raised in an agricultural-esque area. I am going to start him on a dewormer just to make sure, just to get ahead of anything, that kind of stuff. So Sam is doing good. He's not so bright-eyed or bushy-tailed, but he's here. He's doing good, guys. Anywho, that is it, guys. I'm out of time. But thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And guys, if you like it, share it. Share it. Send it to your mom. I don't care. That's cool. Hi, Mom. But if you guys are enjoying this, guys, help brother out, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share with everybody. Just send it to somebody randomly. Just type in a number. It don't matter. We'll figure it out, right? Just don't get yourself in trouble. We'll be good. And guys, keep your eyes towards the skies. Keep scouting. Get out there. Get after it. Stay safe. And until next time, I'll catch you later. Peace. Check out Hastings Outdoors on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Thanks for listening.